Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, are you ready for this one? It's 1857. Silas Martin is a captain and he's a shipper of commercial things in Wilmington, North Carolina. And he has a son and he has a daughter. And his daughter's name is Nancy Adams Martin. Silas decides he's going to do this huge voyage around the world, and he's going to deliver all these goods and things, and his children want to go, so he agrees to let them go. And Nancy goes with him, or as Nance, as they affectionately called her, Nance. 3 months into the voyage, Nance gets sick, and she passes away. That's sad. But not an unusual case. Things happen when people go out at sea. It's, sickness happens, there's no doctors available, and people pass away. What is unusual about this story is what Silas and his son decided to do with Nance's body when she passed. Let me tell you the story.
So Nancy Adams Martin was born around 1833, and her parents' names were Silas and Margaret Martin, and they were from New Hanover County, North Carolina, in the city of Wilmington. Now, Silas was a very prominent businessman. He was a captain, and he was a shipper by trade. He shipped things all over the world, all over different places, very exciting, exotic ports. And he was planning this voyage and this trip. And he was going to be gone for months at a time. And on this trip, he decided to take his son John, who was in his 30s, and his daughter Nancy, who they affectionately referred to as Nance. And this would have been her first real trip at sea with her dad. So she was excited to go. She was 24 years old. But it wasn't long into the voyage that Nance got sick. It was about 3 months in. And it's believed, as the story goes, that she probably came down with yellow fever. She may have caught it in one of the ports that they stopped at. And she kept getting sicker and sicker until eventually she succumbed and she died. When Nance died, her father and her brother could not bring themselves to bury her at sea. That was not something that they wanted to do. To them, that was not an option. They wanted to bring her home. They had to bring her back to Wilmington. But here they are, out here at sea. They're far away from home. And she died in what is reported in the paper at Cardenas, Cuba. This is in the paper, so we know where she was at when she died, and she died on the 25th of May. So in order to bring her home, they had to preserve the body, and the best way they could think of to do this was to take advantage of some of the things that they had on the ship, which was casks or barrels of rum, and that's what they did. They put Nance's body into a barrel of rum. Now, Silas could not bring himself to think of the idea of his daughter inside this barrel moving around, so they attached her body to a chair. And then they put the whole thing, into the barrel. And then they filled it up with rum, alcohol to preserve her, and they sealed it up. Now, some versions of the story say they continued on their trip to finish the job, finish their deliveries, and that they ran into storms, and John got washed over the ship and died and was lost at sea. But I think the more historical accuracy is that they did make it back, and John did return with his father back to Wilmington with his sister's body in the barrel, and it was later on that John did get lost at sea. That is, there's some discrepancy on when that occurred, but he lost both of his children within not a very long time. And they say that up until Silas died, that he would visit his daughter's grave every single day, no matter the weather. If you would like to visit her grave, she is buried in Oakdale Cemetery in Wilmington, North Carolina. And on her her grave is in the middle of sort of a family plot there, and it is located in Section B, lot number 78. And the marker for her is, I'll show a picture of it. It is a tree, and all it says is her nickname. It says Nance, and it's a crooked, like a cross that's sort of crooked there, and it's shaped like a tree that's been cut. And of course, we know with funeral symbolism and tombstones and things, a cut tree is a sign of a life cut short. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I enjoy telling you these stories. I find them very interesting. I hope you do too. And if you do, please subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a like, a thumbs up for the video. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and keep seeking. Bye.